Hi guys, good morning. This is going to be part 2 of my experience at SSB Kapurthala. I have already made a video on part 1. If you haven't watched it, then I will put a card over here and also in the description box. Go and watch that video. I have said lots of information over there, and as usual, you can jump to any particular session from the description box given below. Officers Intelligence Rating or OIR is logical aptitude test, and guys, you have to score good in this test. It will not only help you to qualify in stage 1, but as I read somewhere, its score can be considered throughout the entire selection process. Guys, this type of questions, as you can see on your screen, is going to be asked in your OIR, and it is not going to be OMR type question. You have to write option number in the box given in the answer sheet. Guys, now let me cut across to details of my OIR. All 120 candidates were moved to a big hall, and there we were provided with one paper 1 having 50 questions, and we had to solve it in just 27 minutes without a wristwatch. Yes, mark my word, you are not allowed to use a wristwatch during entire OIR and PPDT process. Paper 2 was also of same nature as paper 1. 50 questions, 27 minutes, and same kind of questions over there. Here, my advice to freshers who is giving SSB for the first time is that quickly jump to next question if you cannot do it in 30 seconds, because very less time is provided to you. Picture Perception and Discussion Test or PPDT. It consists of 3 parts. First, story writing, second, narration, and third, group discussion. Our story writing for SSB took place in the same hall immediately after our OIR conducted. Guys, a hazy picture of 3 men standing was shown to us, and out of them one has a stethoscope. So it is basically a story of doctor and everyone was making a story of doctor talking and diagnosing patients. Guys, the picture was flashed for just 30 seconds, and in this time you have to notice minor details of that picture, and then you were provided with a sheet in which you have to write a story in just 3 to 5 minutes. Guys, for story writing you are provided with a sheet like this. In this box you have to write the name of the character, let's say P1, P2 and P3. Here you have to write the mood of character, let's say positive, negative and positive, and here you have to write age of the character, let's say 23, 24 and 25, and main character, for main character you have to circle like this, and in action you have to write main essence of the story with ing. Contributing to society. Okay, in the story also you are there are 3 parts. Background, what leads to the situation, and what would be the result. So first you have to write about the background, and then you have to write about what leads to that situation, and then you have to write about the result, what would be the possible outcome of all these things. You have to mention these 3 things in your story. Guys, during your PPDT, please bring the thing that I have told you in my previous video, and if you haven't watched that video, then what are you doing here, buddy? Go and watch it. Then guys, we were moved out of the hall and we were divided into group of 15 candidates, and each group was called sequentially. Our group were transferred to a room where 3 assessors are there. Then each candidate was asked to narrate his story from the first candidate in the room. Here my advice to candidate is that during narration your story should be short and crisp, because you will be provided with just 1 minute, and if you can't complete your story, then assessor will move to another candidate. Then all candidates in the room were divided into 2 equal groups, and each group was asked to discuss the story individually. Here you have to convince other candidate and choose a common story with a mutual agreement. Then we were asked to discuss the story among all 15 candidates. Assessor evaluate our performance for 3 to 4 minutes, and then we were asked to move out of the room, and we were asked to take a lunch. And guys, after lunch our result was announced. They were announced result in a very dramatic way, creating as much suspense and climax as possible. Now guys, we will discuss mistakes that I have done or why I failed in SSB. So my first mistake was I didn't practice OIR, because I thought it was just maths, and I should not practice that thing because I know maths very well. But the thing is, at least you have to practice some questions of OIR. My second mistake was I didn't see what is story writing and how to write a story. And as I shown a video, I didn't write in that way. My third mistake is I mess with the details during my narration that I have already written in the story. So they never mess with the details that you have written in your story. Exactly narrate your story as per your details that is written in your story. And I think my last and most significant mistake was I didn't speak anything in the group discussion. That's the thing what I did wrong. I neither start the discussion nor I involve in the discussion. Now I'm going to address the queries that many candidates posted in my previous video. The first query is how many candidates reported and how many candidates screened. So exactly 118 candidate was reported during our slot and only 18 candidate got screened. But don't go on with numbers, be optimistic and keep trying, because I have seen there many candidates who is giving SSB for 6th and 7th time. Another query is CGPA conversion. If you belongs to any university where CGPA is awarded, then there may be a mismatch between percentage that Army website calculated and your actual percentage. But don't worry, because in my case they just ask for my all semesters mark sheet and they never ask for my percentage and that mismatch. And if your percentage formula is given at back of your mark sheet, then no need to sign and carry the appendix that is given in your call-up letter. The most significant query is English speaking is must to take SSB. Yes, I will say yes and no, because during the instruction they say that if you stuck anywhere then you can use Hindi, but revert back to English as soon as possible. So of course they allowed us to speak Hindi, but they assess your performance, so it would be better if you can speak English throughout. Another thing is Indian Army represents India internationally, so international language, knowledge of international language should be must in the army. If you can understand English and express yourself in English, then that's enough. You don't have to be expert in English. So guys, that's that. I think I have answered all your queries, and if you still have queries, then comment section is always open for you. Do comment and I will definitely try to answer your queries, and rather I would make a video on all your queries if you would ask me for it. So thank you very much guys for watching this video, and I wish you all the best for your SSB